So, I'm going to talk about the most interesting subject that there's ever been since man or woman has been around, and probably way before. Sex. So, what is sex? Because, well, we all know it makes babies, so on and so forth, but essentially that's what it is. It is when you come together with the right person that you've met and you've built up a bond with them. And that bond is always a sacred bond, regardless of the nuance that it takes in life, whether it's platonic or otherwise. And it should definitely be platonic. If it's not at all platonic, as well as with limerence, which is basically lust and a romance and that sort of thing, then you probably, without sounding awful, you probably haven't got a leg to stand on, realistically. So building and cultivating a platonic relationship throughout the limerence or throughout the chemical reactions and or the spiritual reactions, because you can have both and all, and you probably should have both and all if you're with the right people. Anyway, trimming it down a bit, basically the essence of having a good relationship is to build and to give and not to take, to come at everything from a non-objective point of view. So you're not objectifying anything, you're taking it exactly as it is for what it is, and you're loving it and you're giving it. And love is to give and to understand. Actually, love is one word in totality, frankly, is to understand things, and that will give you the opportunity to give, which is essentially all anybody wants to do, is to give love. That is the most powerful, wonderful thing, but people do not have the first clue how to do it because they're overly pathologized and overly fantasized, and they're two extremes with the bipolar environment that we live in, bifurcated environment, split psychosis and basically extremes. So once you create that, as you lay down with your partner, and should be a life partner under that circumstance, and you wouldn't want it any other way, you will not want it any other way when it's in that scenario, because you would have cultivated so much, you would have put in so much love and work, which are again essentially the same things, the fiber of being. You culminate that culminates in the end with sex to procreate, and the coming together, which is the union of the two beings. And that energy is so powerful, I can't tell you. I mean, it's so exquisite powerful. There's no real words and understanding to say it. I mean, if one can't sit in peace alone and understand the ecstasy of life and the absolute pure infinity of beauty, and the nirvana, as some of the sages call it, or probably most, it would be, I mean, you can't, I suppose you probably haven't got room to go, but you get through that through rest, lots and lots of rest, and being away from codswallop, basically media, which is your own codswallop, and the media that's out there, which is essentially your own codswallop fired back at you with some a wise man once told me, once he was a TV broadcaster, he said people get the sort of TV they deserve. Bit harsh, but maybe true. So that's what sex is, and it really is not the be all and the end all. I mean, everything we do is ultimately sexual, but everything is happening within. So those feelings of, well, any feelings that you have, I mean, say for example, if you take an illicit substance like a drug or a medical drug, for example, non-illicit drug, supposedly, then that's creating the reactions, creating within you. It's happening within you. Everything is happening within you. So you can feel however you want to feel at any given moment. If you want to feel stoned, you can feel stoned just by being in that manner. If you want to feel ecstasy, you can feel ecstasy. You know, all of these wonderful feelings you have just by undertaking your normal, supposedly mundane life again. Couldn't be anything further from the truth. It's exquisite beauty. So yes, that is what I have to say today about that, and I wish that all upon every single one of you, and I hope that you can come to share all wonderful stories with me about your wonderful lives and relationships, and the sex which is in the environment, the sort of the passing through of all vibrational energies, which is like being in a warm wind on a summer's day in the evening or something. It's most definitely, it's sex, it's sexual, it's incredible, it's ecstasy, it's God, it's everything in all in one, and that is really what life is and what sex is. Synonymous. Okay, take care. Peace.